This is Nightline.
Tonight, 'tis the season for porch pirates, swiping your pricey parcels using cutting-edge technology to know when to expect those iPhones and other high-end merch before they're delivered.
It's just violating and disappointing.
Inside the investigations to take down those networks of thieves.
There were sophisticated criminal rings that were organized.
How to keep your packages safe. Plus, Avatar, Fire and Ash.
We must fight!
We're with the star-studded cast of the latest in James Cameron's blockbuster franchise.
You want to spread your fire across the world. You need me.
Why the famed director says he knows fans are ready for the longest Avatar movie yet.
When we're scrolling and multitasking, we actually long for a moment of focus.
With brand new Miley Cyrus music, Dream is One.
Even through the ashes in the sky, baby, when we dream as one.
Why the pop star says a tragedy in her own life inspired her.
And I just wanted the song to feel like a deep exhale, like a relief.
From ABC News headquarters in New York, this is Nightline.
Thanks for joining us. Tonight, in these countdown days to Christmas, online shopping is at its frenzied peak, and bad actors are seemingly everywhere, looking to make off with pricey gifts. Law enforcement, meanwhile, is stepping up its game to outwit these so-called porch pirates. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Aaron Kaczynski.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and outside the house, porch pirates are circling, looking to pounce. From furry friends, to twerking swindlers, to this pair of dueling thieves. The holiday season is ripe with robbers hoping to swipe any packages you receive.
It's just violating and disappointing.
Didn't feel real. It still kind of hasn't set in yet.
The audacity, I really can't believe it.
An estimated 58 million packages were stolen in the U.S. last year, costing up to $16 billion in losses. And authorities are warning that criminals are becoming more and more sophisticated.
Whether it be people stealing packages from porches, stolen car cases, catalytic converters, retail theft. Oftentimes, underlying these types of crimes are organized conspiracies.
Last month, New York's Suffolk County District Attorney Ray Tierney announced the arrest of 14 people involved in stealing iPhones and other packages to sell around the world.
There were sophisticated criminal rings that were organized, and they had gained access to delivery records to steal high-end electronic items such as phones and tablets.
The group indicted for crimes like this, approaching a FedEx worker, then ripping a package from his hands before making off in a waiting getaway car. Just one of 4 dozen similar crimes in the area by a sophisticated criminal network of porch pirates that targeted mobile phones and other electronics and knew when FedEx was dropping them off because they had gained access to inside information.
There were certain things that they were looking for. Electronics are smartphones, they're expensive, but they're not that big. So if the package is a certain price and a certain dimension, you're going to know that more than likely the items in that package is going to be an electronic device.
Officials releasing videos they say show a pattern. A FedEx employee drops off a box, and moments later, a thief swipes it from a porch and flees in a waiting car. Then authorities say the stolen items would be taken to this stash house in the Bronx, where a, quote, buyer would arrive to pick them up in boxes and garbage bags and sell them internationally.
The thing that made those items attractive to the purchasers were because they were stolen, their activity would be largely invisible to law enforcement.
It's an issue that authorities are confronted with around the country.
They would go through the different tracking numbers and look at the location where it was going to be delivered.
Last year, Nightline spoke with police in Crestwood, Missouri, who had been working with the FBI to crack down on porch pirates, like the ones who robbed homeowner Dan Rolfing.
I kind of freaked out because we've never had a problem with package theft here.
The suspect seen dressed in a FedEx shirt, swapping the real iPhone box with an empty one.
My daughter shows up, and I'm texting her, and I said, hey, I wasn't really expecting to, but I've seen him come deliver too. And she said, there's only one box here and it's empty.
On that surveillance video, we were actually able to see their car, and it had some unique identifiers to it. So within minutes, we were able to find that on our license plate readers.
Police Chief Jonathan Williams says he received a call from the FBI about this particular case.
The FBI had been kind of tracking this case of stolen FedEx tracking numbers and stolen cell phones from AT&T throughout the nation, actually, and within the St. Louis area.
Some residents taking matters into their own hands, like YouTube star Mark Rober, speaking with my colleague Ashan Singh in 2019 after alleged thieves stole his Amazon package, and he created a viral glitter bomb package to fight back.
Just felt like such a victim, and I was like, hold up, like, I freaking helped put the rover on Mars, you know? I made a dartboard, you can get a bullseye every time. Like, if anyone could do something about this, like, it's me.
It says, reward if found, call this.
Rober says he no longer makes these videos, and authorities warn against these kinds of pranks.
I just didn't want nobody to take it, bro.
Last year, this man in Queens, New York, confronted a porch pirate with a baseball bat after he says his neighborhood was targeted several times.
At the moment, it was just anger. I wanted to hurt him, but I know that if I hit him, I would have been in trouble.
Last week, 2 teenage would-be thieves were shot in Atlanta.
Packages were being taken off of a front porch, which is not uncommon this time of year, and the homeowner did discharge his weapon.
Both the 15 and 16-year-old are expected to survive, but the homeowner is now facing 2 counts of aggravated assault.
In Georgia, although you are allowed to protect your property, you are not allowed to use deadly force unless there is either someone breaking into your home or there's a forcible felony that's about to be committed.
Back in Suffolk County, 13 of the 14 defendants have pled not guilty, and 1 was voluntarily deported. In total, they face 50 felony charges, including enterprise corruption, grand larceny, and identity theft.
Say that package was being delivered to a John Doe in Smith Street. They would immediately make fake identification, the name of John Doe at Smith Street, go to the FedEx facility, portray themselves to be the rightful possessor of the package. FedEx employees would look at that and then give them the package.
FedEx saying in a statement that its priority is to provide a safe and reliable delivery experience and will continue to work with law enforcement to pursue bad actors who attempt to misuse customer information. Following the arrests, authorities say porch pirate incidents dropped about 60% in Suffolk County, but are still issuing a stark warning.
This is just one ring. There are others out there. So consumers and residents of Suffolk County and really everywhere, they have to remain vigilant.
Our thanks to Aaron. Up next, we're with the star-studded cast of the sci-fi epic Avatar, Fire and Ash. How they say director James Cameron's newest creation brings the perfect balance of reality and otherworldly.
We don't shy away from real life while we're giving you the fantasy of your dreams.
Welcome back. You know, there's no arguably hotter movie series than Avatar, the original making nearly $3 billion since its release, the highest grossing film in history. The long-awaited 3rd installment in James Cameron's franchise has arrived, and the buzz is deafening. ABC's Linsey Davis sat down with the director and the stars for a look behind the curtain at Avatar, Fire and Ash.
This is the only pure thing in this world.
It's the latest visual marvel from Academy Award-winning director James Cameron in his 3rd installment of the saga Avatar, Fire and Ash.
You want to spread your fire across the world. You need me.
In a society that increasingly is described as having a short attention span, how do you still manage to create 3 hours and 15 minutes? You grab us, you pull us in, and never let us go.
When we have all this stuff coming at us all day long, and when we're scrolling and multitasking, we actually long for a moment of focus. And that's what the theater can give us.
It's an exhilarating, action-packed, cinematic spectacle. Already nominated for 2 Golden Globe Awards.
We must fight!
17 years since the original Avatar became the highest-grossing film of all time. The latest installment returns to Pandora and features an A-list cast. Sigourney Weaver, best known for her role in films like Alien, where she's the tough heroine. No! Zoe Saldana, a Guardians of the Galaxy mainstay, showing off her superhero skills.
Fool. Should have learned.
I don't learn. One of my issues.
And Sam Worthington, who rose to prominence as Jake Sully in the first Avatar, all led by Cameron, the king of the box office, and cultural touchstones like Titanic, his first highest-grossing title.
Why did you do that? Why? You jump high, jump right.
How do you balance the large-scale world building with the intimate family storytelling?
Now that is a tricky problem as a filmmaker. And I'm actually really proud of this film for the intimacy juxtaposed with the big spectacle, the big adventure and all that. But I think the scenes we took the most seriously were the ones that were two people talking in a room. And I think they're as compelling in many ways as some of the big spectacular action sequences.
In Sigourney, Stephen, Sam, Zoe, you guys have all been working together with Jim now for, 18 years at this point. But was there something in this latest installment that you still found newly inspiring?
Absolutely. I mean, the man is an incredible writer, and I like reading his scripts more than anybody's. They're so rich with such important themes and you know, like how to process grief and a mixed race family. How is that going to work? We don't shy away from real life while we're giving you the fantasy of your dreams.
The new film also doesn't shy away from the evolution of its main characters.
I think that fans are familiar with Neytiri, right, for several years now, but I think in this latest installment, we're still discovering new layers of her. Was there a particular scene or moment where you felt that Neytiri demanded more from you as an actor?
It pulled a lot from me. Sam and I were welcoming a family when we were shooting Way of Water and Fire and Ash in our personal lives, and then we would have to strip away from that joy and come to work and live in the skin of both parents that were bearing a son. And that was unimaginably difficult. And I'm grateful that I didn't feel ever alone.
You know, the first movie is about a young guy falling in love. Natural progression is they have a family. You know, now we're really testing what this marriage can survive in these circumstances.
Sigourney, tell us about the shift for you, starting out playing Grace, and then you're Kyria, a teenager.
They're really at opposite ends of the spectrum. Grace is a chain-smoking, hard-drinking, impatient botanist, and she's really comes alive in her own avatar. That's where she can do anything, and she can help the people she loves.
Fire and Ash also tapped a top pop star for a new film anthem. Miley Cyrus crooning a tender Dream as One.
Even through the ashes in the sky, baby, when we dream as one.
It can be intimidating when you're stepping into the world of Avatar because it's just such a phenomenon.
Cyrus relates to the character's loss in the film after tragically losing her own home in the 2018 Woolsey fire.
I just wanted the song to feel like a deep exhale, like a relief, like we've made it, because my own everything burning down and then rebuilding by picking every piece brick by brick of what is still meaningful and what matters. One of the first lyrics in Dream as One is like a diamond in the dark.
Our love will never fade away. We're diamonds in the dark.
When I lost my home, I went back to see if anything had survived, and underneath all the ash, I just saw a little sparkling stone, and it was a diamond from a piece of jewelry. And something like a diamond, it's beautiful, but it's strong, and so it can withstand that kind of heat. That's how diamonds are created, and sometimes that's what it takes to create something beautiful.
Avatar: Fire and Ash hits theaters tomorrow. When we come back, I got to sit down with classical musician and composer Chloe Flower, celebrating her unique holiday album with all female composers. Why she says it's long overdue. Wow, so lovely. You know, there's nothing better than holiday music to usher in the season. That was Song for Snow from composer, writer, producer, and pianist Chloe Flower, who's here with her latest album. She composed The Holidays, what she describes as the first ever instrumental holiday album across all genres, right? Composed entirely by women. I'm so glad you're here.
Thank you so much for having me. I'm so excited.
Yay.
Thank you.
Now, I still think of you as the viral sensation from 2019 with Cardi B gyrating on your piano.
Yeah.
How did that happen?
She had seen a cover I had done of Kendrick Lamar's Humble, and it's very popsicle of me to combine classical music and improv over hip hop on a piano. And when she saw that, she just called me cold and asked me, her producers asked me to come perform with her at the Grammys.
And when Cardi B calls, you pick up the phone.
I know, right?
And popsicle is popular and classical. That's your moniker,
Yes,
right? And
yes.
you've worked with Kevin Hart, the comedian, Celine Dion, the music legend, and of course your mentor has been Babyface Edmonds. How do all these collaborations take place, and what's next?
I think part of what makes me who I am, the essence of who I am, is exposure to so many different genres. And that's the whole idea behind Popsicle, is popular music plus classical. And I think classical music and instrumental music can be popular. And I see that a lot on social media too.
So your newest album, as we mentioned, is She Composed, which is all holiday songs composed by female composers. But first, let's take a look at a clip. Gorgeous. Why the holiday music and why female composers?
I had never been taught a piece of music that was written by a woman. And during the holidays, music performed by composers is noticeably absent. And I love listening to holiday music.
I heard that you went into ChatGPT and asked female Christmas composers, and what came up?
They said Diane Warren and Mariah Carey, and I was like, I love them, but they are not classical composers. You know, it was very hard for ChatGPT to give me any information.
Well, I have been watching your videos, and it's not just your music that's artistic, it's your fashion choices. You're often wearing giant ball gowns. What inspires you, and what, if anything, are you saying with your clothes?
I don't have like lyrics in my music. Traditionally, it's really fun for me to show my personality and show the song through fashion and through clothing.
That's amazing. Chloe Flower, thank you so much for joining us and for sharing this fabulous holiday tradition, which we'll be playing on repeat.
Thanks.
And of course, you can listen to She Composed, The Holidays. It's out now. We wish her the best. That's Nightline. See you right back here tomorrow at the same time. Thanks for staying up with us. Good night, America.